Hey everyone, this is Beatrice. Welcome back. I did promise that I'll be much more consistent, and I'm here again. Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time joining, please I want you to do two things for me. Please subscribe and share this information with as many people as possible. Hey guys, scammers are on the leash. I have to say, you know what? Let me take our time and prepare this video. You all need to be very, very, very careful. Yes, you ought to be very, very careful. Scammers are all over the place and they don't care. Trust me, they don't care. Okay, so today we'll be talking about how to avoid being scammed. Okay, with respect to Canada immigration, with respect to anything in life technically, but streamlined to Canada immigration, because I mean I work here, and I tell people one of my biggest dreams is to help people navigate the right province. Like a lot of Nigerians are like, oh, can always figure it out. But the thing I always say is you can get more money, but you can never get more time. So it's best you get to the right province, and save some time. Trust me, you only live today only for today. Once it's tomorrow, you can't live tomorrow. So you only have one day at a time, and you need to live it well and full. Okay, so once the time is gone, you can get it back. Some like me, I wish I was 18 again. I wish I was 16. I wish I was 10 years again, but I can't go back. So I ought to have lived that. So if you know these people who are always regretting and stating, oh, I ought to go back and live that year, it's because they didn't live it well, right? There's some people who are in Canada and be like, oh, I wish I was in Nigeria, or I wish I was in the UK. It means when they were residing there, they didn't use or utilize the opportunity extensively. That's why there's a lot of regret, and that's why I'm here to tell you guys, hey, find the right province. If you find the right province, there will be no need to regret anything. So back to our topic. So the big one, and all the PDFs of the authentic style of Canada approval letters will be placed in the description below. Do well to subscribe and do well to share. This is a big deal because one of my leads got scammed last week. Yes, if you've been following me on Facebook, YouTube, if you're on my WhatsApp group, you would have seen me stating on even on LinkedIn, of a company who claimed that they are an accredited. So there's another thing. You getting a job offer, there's a lot of things that needs to be in place. First of all, you have to make sure that that job is recognized in Canada and is accredited. Do you have someone in Canada that they can go and check the address to make sure that that address actually exists? That is one thing. And the other thing, are they recognized in the Canada website? Like H&M is a popular company in Canada, and if you go to the Canada.ca website, you see that they are accredited employers. Are they, legislated? There are some recruiters that are not even legislated. So all these things you need to know this is, and that's why I'm here. I do partner with Canada International Work and Study Resource Center. I also partner with other immigration firms. So if you're looking to start your work permit or your study permit or your permanent residence package, send me an email. Everything will be left in the description section, where we'll communicate. If you want to book an appointment, a one-on-one consultation, we can have that done, and then making you start at the right foot. You have to start well. When you start well, you prevent any denials and all that. The road is clear and you get what you want. Okay, and that's what we want for you as well. So what are the things you need to be mindful of? What are the things you need to be mindful of an employer? I just stated you need to ensure that they are accredited. You need to make sure that their address is legit. You need to make sure that they are actually a Canadian employer, right? You don't want someone who is in the US telling that it's a Canadian employer. How do you verify these things? That's why we're here. And the last thing for an employer, are they registered? Are they a registered company in Canada? That's a big deal. Although there are some companies that are not under the Canada.ca website yet, but they are registered in Canada. Okay, so you want to, these are things you want to ask the employers. Are you a registered company? Can I get your ID number? There's a certain number they usually use for businesses in Canada. Everything will be left in the description section. You want to get that. You want to check on the Canadian website, and you want to check to make sure they are LMI approved. Now there are some companies that are LMI approved. There are some companies that are not yet LMI approved. There's something called LMI positive. What that means is the employer has run an ad and stated that no Canadian or permanent resident can do the job, so you're the only one who's suitable to do the job. There's such thing as that. Now I have a workbook. It's called the Work Permit Handbook. It wasn't created by me. It was created by Shea Basi. She did a wonderful job. You can go and purchase that workbook. It's selling for $25, which is about 25,000 naira. So it's the price has dropped down. There was a time I was selling it at 60,000 and people were paying. So now it's 25,000 now, which is equivalent to $25. She listed all the ways you can get in touch with those NMI company, how to source those jobs and get a temporary work permit. Okay, now can you work permanently? That's also an option. But my biggest goal in this video is be careful out there. Someone can come and send you a dummy. I'm going to show you guys a dummy job offer letter, and they will state that they would accommodate you, they will pay for your flight. These are red flags. No employer will tell you that they will pay for your flight. Please, you pay for your flight yourself. And when you go there, you are working for them. If at all they say they are going to sponsor probably accommodation and for a limited amount of time, no employer will. There's so many red flags now. I keep seeing scammers stating, oh, they will sponsor the flight, they will sponsor the feeding, they will sponsor everything. There's no such thing as that. You pay for your flight. When you get there, probably for a limited amount of time, and then your contract will state it properly. You need to make sure that that employer is registered. You need to make sure that the government of Canada recognizes it, and you need to make sure they are LMIA approved. These are the three big things you need to make sure. If these things are not there, that's a scammer. And then the second one now that I heard about is there are scammers now claiming that they would apply for you. You don't have to pay big money to the to consultants like us or people who are into immigration. You don't have to pay us big money. And then they claim that they will apply for you, but you have to pay them first. Don't do that. Do not do that. I noticed that people who are desperate, they're the people who fall for scam. They tell you they will give you today. Don't do that. Let me tell you something. Whether you're getting a work permit, you're getting a visa, you're getting a student permit, they do not give you the decision today. They do tell you, okay, it takes a month to 2 months. It takes 2 months, 3 months. You can go and check on the Canada.ca website by yourself. I mean, study permit is the fastest, 2 to 3 months. And once it comes out, even your visa, you still need to give them some time. But when a scammer tells you get the decision today, run away. Run away. I saw a fake work permit, and you know how they designed it like the Canadian. I mean, you know, the Canada, they have your UCI number, they have the biometric prints in front of it. Is it biometric prints? They have like those prints they put in front of it, and then they would write the letter. This scammer did exactly what the Canadian government did. But do you know how we're able to catch this scammer? When we went to check, there was no such information on the Canada.ca website for this client. I mean, the client did not have any application created. And he had already paid the scammer. Paid the scammer about $300, which is equivalent to $300,000 or $250,000. And I was telling the person, like, you fell for a scammer. I've been preaching to you guys, start with a consultation. You did not pay for consultation. A scammer just came, told you that they would give you a work permit in less than 2 days. You believed them and you paid to them to apply for you. I mean, I feel bad because now they are coming to me after they've been scammed. But why are you coming to me after you've been scammed? I mean, I have a platform and it's on pre-approval. I don't just allow anybody. I rejected 2 people yesterday. I'm serious. Because this thing, I'm doing it out of, okay, God helped me figure out Canada stuff. And I'm out here pouring out to people, telling them, oh, you have to all be careful. I mean, you don't just go to Ontario because everybody's jumping to Ontario. There are other provinces and all that. And then someone is in my group listening to me for free and still got scammed. I was like, I don't know the size of your problem, but I've been telling you these things. I mean, someone comes to you and tell you they'll give you work permit today. You believe them? Well, it's fine. So now they have to book a consultation and start all over again. And you need to be very careful because the moment you submit a fake job offer to the Canada.ca officers, IRCC, they'll just ban you. They'll just ban the person, not you. It's immediate banning. They won't even listen that I fell for a scammer or a scammer. They will just ban the person. So let's be very careful and watchful. And the last but not the least is a fake relationship for people to get, there are some people who are desperate and they want to marry a Canadian, and then when they marry a Canadian, they want to get their permanent residency or Canadian citizenship, and then the government of Canada finds out. Serious banning. They will rip the person off of everything, and that's why if you're a permanent resident or you're Canadian and you're looking to bring your passport to Canada, Canada will screen the hell out of you. They are trying to protect you. Most times, we women, we don't know that they're actually trying to protect us. We just say, no, this person. But indeed, indeed they are trying to protect you. So be careful out there. You're dating someone, make sure you see them in person, know the in and out of them before you commit fully. That's one. And if you're going to apply for them for permanent residency or Canadian, and you're going to sponsor them, be very careful, because I know someone who fell for it. She was trying to sponsor this man to Canada. He came to Canada, ripped her off all her money, because I mean, with the Canadian government, when things are happening, people, things are happening. That's why I won't mention it, but I had to just put this video. I know she'll be upset if she finds out. I mean, please forgive me, but I didn't call her name. I mean, if you go on the Canada website, you will still see other white women that have been scammed. Be careful, be careful. Some people, they just want to come to Canada. They don't care if they kill somebody in the process. They just want to prove to their friends and family that they've been able to cross the Canadian border. Please, let's all be very wise and careful, especially women. You know, this lady was going to sponsor someone. The person came to Canada, ripped her off all her money. I mean, she was lucky. The guy didn't take her life, but she was like, I mean, if you are going to bring a spouse to Canada, you are responsible for their finances for about 2-3 years. So this guy kept on ripping her, and guess what? The guy was taking all the money, pulling it out, and then pushing it back home to his wife and kids. He actually has a wife and kids back home in Africa. Meanwhile, he promised this woman that he will marry her, and this whole saga with the 21st century, with people pressuring people to get married on time. Please, 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 nobody should pressure you. Be cool. Nobody should pressure you. I'm not here to preach. I'm not here to motivate you. Do things as God leads you. Let's all be watchful. That's how they ripped this girl for money, sold her house in Canada, and I don't know, she has reported to the police and stuff. The man is nowhere to be found. He's probably hiding in a different province, but she's no longer even married to him. So technically, he came to drain her life. Let's be very careful of scammers, whether scammers in relationship, be it the spousal partner, be it the study permit, be it work permit, be it a visa approval. Let's all be careful and watchful. So please subscribe to my channel, like and share. I'm not trying to do motivation here, but please get the work permit handbook. Sheyi Abbasi did an amazing job. It consists of 15 to 20 videos. She talks about NMI approved employer. She talks about your resume. She talks about how to apply for a work permit. She talks about your visa. She talks about how to fill in your forms correctly. Oh, she invested time and value in that video. It's just 25,000 naira, which is equivalent to 25 or 30 Canadian dollars, which would be like $10 US. So please take advantage of it. If you're watching me anywhere else in the world, please subscribe, please like, please share. Things are happening, people. Someone got scammed $300. That's not a small money. Just for me, I have to add that to pay my rent. Maybe add 300 and pay my rent for a month. $600. Like, that's not, and nobody will give you this money. Scammers are on the leash. They can go as far as creating a fake application. And that's why, I mean, we are an accredited people. Work with me. I will show you I work with Canada International Work and Study Resources. We have fantastic vision. There's a new one now that is trying to partner with me, ERI or so. So please, please, and please do not fall for scammers. These people, they don't care. They don't have conscience. They've thrown their conscience in the garbage. I would really want you to start out in the right foot. Okay, this will be all. This is more of like a storytelling. So let me just dump this here. You all have a great day, and don't forget to get the work permit handbook. We also have another one. It's called a handbook. It's a course. The work permit handbook is also a course, and then we have the one for express entry, how to apply for it, how to set yourself up for success. So have a great day, and I'll see you next time. I don't know if I'll shoot, but just keep me updated. Oh, you can also join the group as well if you want to, but it's based on pre-approval. I will ask you many questions before you join the group. Okay? Otherwise, you will not join. You will be rejected. Okay, see you next time. Bye.